Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Alps Panorama at the Northern Sea here in Farming Simulator 19. I'm coming out here like this. It does seem that the animals, like you generate food out of nothing. Like the spilled food is a bonus amount of food. And so you're generating a little bit extra. Now, with seasons rather than the base game, you don't generate anywhere near as much. There's a lot less spare food being dumped onto the ground, but there is still some. So by doing this, we are losing out on some of that additional food. And I've just gone and scraped a little bit too close to the heap, so I've missed, like, that wonderful, nice, even pile I'd made right there has now been lost. I'll have to go in from this way. We'll do it in straight lines like this. We'll go right up to the edge there, as close as I can get it. This action cannot be performed here. I assure you that this action can be performed here. One way or another, it's going to be performed here. It's just one of those things that is going to happen. There's no point in arguing with me about it. Bring you down to there, and... oh. Got a bit missing there. There's a tiny little spot right there in the middle, and I don't really know what I can do with that. Let's go over this way. Bring it out to that point right there, and... no, that's too far in. Right, now I want to go out and I want to get the rest of this, and that should then be about right for the pigs. I'm hoping. I've just got that little bit there. There's a little bit that's like stuck out into the yard a bit too much, and I do want to remove that as well. And that should allow me then to not have to worry about the pigs making a mess anywhere. If we've just got one lot there, if we've just got one lot for the cows to do each day, that one we can do with the forage wagon, and that does kind of work. It's a little bit slow, admittedly, at times, but it did kind of work. We were able to make that actually successfully do everything that we wanted it to do. Bring that in a little bit more. There, like that. I got a little spot just there, and then there's a bit out on the corner. There we go. Is this going to be enough? Is this going to have covered enough of this area with wood chips that we're not going to get anything spawning here? That's what I'm hoping. I've got this sort of right out to the corner where it's marked on the ground. Whether that's actually the full area or not, there's a little bit out this side, but I think that's a small enough area. Tell you what, we've got a little tiny bit left. We'll bring that one out and over, and we will tip it right out onto this edge. Over there. That's it. Right. Hopefully, that will be sufficient, and I won't need to do any more on there. Get that little bit of silage right there, another 16 litres. This one will be the biggest test. And it'll also be the easiest test to run as well, because all we're going to need to do is, as soon as we've put the wood chips in place, then we can just start fast-forwarding time a bit, and the cows very, very quickly start generating food. So it won't take very long at all for us to actually start properly testing it. Now I'm in nice and tight to the feeder in there. That's where I'd like to be. Tip that out a bit. Good. I want to stay in tight to it like that, and I also want to make sure that I do cover this entire area. So this one first is nice and easy, and then I'll run back through again, and we'll do another run, but we'll be a little bit further out, and that should do the second bit. And if I do 2 bucket widths all the way down through, that would be absolutely great. Bring that back through. It's going well so far. I'm getting a nice even coat, and I don't think we've ever had anything spawn closer to the feeders than we are now. To the troughs that we've got in there. Just slowly ease back through. And we did this on the chickens in Ravenport, didn't we? And it worked fairly well on there. Well, actually, it worked perfectly on there. It's just the only downside, like I said, is that it generates free additional food. So you do have a penalty that you got to pay for this. You do end up losing a little bit of total food that you would have in the game. But I do personally think that is a small price to pay. I'm quite happy to pay that price if it means that we don't have to worry about cleaning up the animals all the time, because that is something that really does irritate me. Having to clean, like, the amount of time that you got to spend cleaning the animals every day. And it's not like it's a really easy thing to do either. With the way that the mechanic works, the physics work for this machine here, it's frustrating to say the least when you're trying to pick anything up off the ground, because it's constantly trying to lift the whole machine off the ground. It doesn't do that in real life, right? You've got a lot more forgiveness for it, and you can properly scrape the ground as well if you want to. And so it's much easier if you're doing it with a machine. And I've very rarely done it with a machine. If you're in a really big shed and you've got a lot of animals, then yeah, you run down through with like a scraper blade and just run right down next to the animals all the way down through with your scraper blade, and that actually just scrapes, just sort of pushes all the food in, kind of like a snowplow. This is how it works. You know, the snowplow, the angled blade, kind of works like that. It just runs right the way down through the alley, and it shoves all the food over by a tiny little bit up against where the cows are. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Pigs? Wasting food like that? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. From like the places where I've actually seen pigs being farmed, and the people I know that farm pigs, they don't generally keep their pigs in large houses inside. They're generally outside in lots of paddocks and pens out in... So they've got like a sty, you know, one of those corrugated tin ones. And that's what they use to keep the pigs nice and happy, keep them warm. They can go in there. They have a bit of straw in there that they can go and use. To feed them, they don't go and put the food in a trough of any kind. The way they feed them is they go along and they have a trailer with a catapult on the back of it. And they go down through the pig pens, and they catapult a portion of food into each of the sows' pens. Now, the younger ones that are fattening up, they stay with the sows for a little bit of time, and then they move them. Some of them, like, for a period of time, they do go into a fattening shed, but for the most part, they're outside as well. And they, like, I'm talking about this farm is a little bit different to a lot of farms. But there are a number of different ways of doing it, and this particular farm, and it worked well. The sows would then, they wouldn't be bored. They'd spend their days foraging around looking for their food. So when you're catapulting their food into their pen, none of it's getting wasted. And the ones that are being fed in the houses, in big houses, that food's not being wasted either. There is not one tiny little bit. There's not one scrap of food getting wasted in there. It's not being pushed out. It's not being sent somewhere else. Every single tiny scrap of food is being eaten by the pigs. Every single bit of it. I'm going to back you up this way a bit. Why has that gone white? Oh, just because of that. Now, I want to force tip a little bit of this onto the ground like that. I'll probably do. There, I just want another bucket or two, that's all. Like that. And then I can go back onto here. And we can keep doing our little job here. I'm quite enjoying this. We seem to be making a nice, tidy job of this particular task. I've got 2 more bucketfuls, I think, that I need to just trickle out down along here. So if I can get those trickled out reasonably even right the way back through, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'm going to try and make sure I'm in a straight... Yeah, I'm in a straight line there. I'll bring that up. And then we will start tipping here. There. And start reversing back down through. Let's tip it a little bit faster. There we go. Right. Go forward. That is excellent. Now, if I can just keep bringing that in a straight line all the way back through. The lights have all just come on. It's 3:30. It's just gotten dark enough for the outside lights here. They're all on like the daylight sensors. So it's just dark enough that the daylight sensors have kicked in. And I said 2 more bucketfuls. It's not going to be a full bucket for the bit on the end here, I don't think. It's going to be like half a bucket's worth, and that will be it. And then we will have our layer all the way down through. I've actually drifted out ever so slightly, so I've got a tiny bit there that is untidy. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to have this looking absolutely perfect on this one. I think maybe the pigs were out a little bit, but doesn't really matter. If we can get the cows looking spot on all the way down through, I will consider that to be quite a success. That would be quite a good thing. And then I'm going to have a little bit left over. It's going to be kind of left in the trailer. I'm not going to be able to tip it back into the trailer because there's not going to be enough room in it. Well, actually, no, there might be, because I don't know if that wood chipper actually does tip them out properly. Now, what have I got? That's actually over a little bit too far. I'm going to have to come out this... There we go. That's better. Come out that way. Forward a bit. Back a bit more. That's much more like it. There. If I can keep running that in a straight line back through here, that would be absolutely brilliant. Yeah, the wood chipper there, when it's unloading into the trailer, it doesn't always fill the trailer right up, does it? It usually leaves like a little bit of a percentage of the trailer that's not quite full. I've forgotten about that. That means that we might be able to tip just this last bucket or two back into that trailer. Am I going to be able to get... There's that bit there. There's a tiny bit right there. Oh, yes, it did get it. And then back this way a bit more. The square there on the corner, right. Oh, no, it filled out the square a little bit. That, I think, is an excellent job down through there. Even if I do say so myself, that, I believe, is a pretty neat and tidy job of spreading stuff down. Now, I'm going to scoop up the rest of this down here. I can't quite get all of it. And hopefully, I can tip this into the trailer. Hopefully, that one won't have done a 100% fill on the trailer. This action cannot be performed here. Apparently, I am not able to tip into that trailer. Nope. It's not having it. Right. I'm going to have to... I tell you what, we'll tip that up like that. And we'll leave that there a minute. I got to find something to do with these wood chips. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with these wood chips. Now, first thing I am going to do, though, is I'm going to fast forward time until 4 o'clock. Just going to have a look here. 4 o'clock should be enough. We only need like 30 minutes. Maybe I'll go a little bit later. I do have some feeding that I need to do with the animals. But generally speaking... nothing has come up there. Alright, there's no issues have come up there. The only other thing is going to be the cleanliness issue. And looking here, nothing's come up on that side. I got a little tiny spot there, but nothing's going to show up on there. A little bit more of a mess here on the pigs. I suppose I could come along and just nudge into the front of that, just to tidy that up. We might do that. I might have to do that. There's a little spot there, but that's right on the end. So I could go in a dead straight line on this end and just scoop up some of that. And do the same up on this end as well, just to tidy that. And then we really will have a perfect, neat and tidy square on it. So what am I going to do with these wood chips? What have I got on the map? We've got over there a train station mill. We've got biogas plant. The sawmill is all the way over. That is a long way to go for the sawmill. Really want to go all the way over there, so we're going to want to find somewhere that we can dump these wood chips. We know that we're not... we're almost definitely never going to use these wood chips again. So what I'm thinking is that we actually pay to get rid of them. There is a way that we can pay to get rid of these. We've done it before. I'm pretty sure we can do it again. So we bring them over to here like this, and I'm going to leave them right there. I'm going to tip them out right there like that. And I'm going to run forwards. I'm going to tip this lot out into a great big heap here all at once. Like that. That's all of them. And then I'm going to go and drive back round. We will just get the other bucket full. Actually, you know what? The telehandler can go and tip them over there in a minute. I'll drive this one back through over here. I'll put this one away in a bit. I won't worry about it just yet. You can stop right there. I'll stop you. And then I will jump over to the telehandler. Like that. And lower you down. So I will go and pick up the extra little bits of wood chips that we've got lying around in a minute. And we'll tip those out as well. After that, I'm not really sure. This one here is electric. We don't burn wood chips in that one. As otherwise, you've got to burn wood chips to be able to keep the thing running. And I didn't really want to mess around with that. Because, yes, it is a good thing and it does work. But it wasn't something that I wanted to really do. Because it's quite a time-consuming job. Getting wood chips and bringing them. I mean, yes, admittedly, getting wood chips for us is nowhere near as time-consuming as it used to be. But it can still be a time-consuming thing. Now, I want to grab that right there, because I'm over here now, so I may as well. And I'll bring that in. So what all we got to do is, all I got to do is I just got to go forward like that. Straight line there, and then back out. And then I want to go over to the side of this pig pen, and I want to do the same over here. And I want to just go forward into it. And just go up to that line. And it should gather everything. There. Need to straighten out a little bit. There. That's all I want to do right there. Neat and tidy right in the square. That is kept everything inside that square now. There is one little bit here that is outside of that square. So if I can bring this one over here like this and get that lined up, kind of there, I think, should be able to tip that out. I'm hoping. Yes. Right, that's tipped out there. So now all I need to do is just pick up a little bit on the front of it so that it is properly tidied. That will go right into there. Look at that. Excellent. Lovely and tidy and square. And then I just want to go around and I want to go and do the same over on here. And this one I don't want to tip anything off. I just want to pick up a little bit. Nothing I need to take away from this one. I just want to pick up a little tiny bit of it so that it's tidy. Up the smallest amount. Down a little bit. There. One more. Is that going to be enough? Yes. Just perfect. And yes, I could actually go along and straighten up the front of it all the way along, but that's not something I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that one out as a wider run all the way through, and then we'll go over here. We will do the same on this one. You know, as we've already come this far, we may as well finish this job off properly and have this looking absolutely spot on perfect. This is going to be the cleanest and tidiest pen the world has ever known. Look at that. Neat, tidy square all the way around. And then all I got to do is just grab that little bit of wood chips there. And then I got one more little bit over here. And then we are finished. Excellent. I go and take this round to where the other ones were. We will dump it out onto the floor. And then if this plan works, we'll be able to just eliminate it from here. If it doesn't work, then I've gone and dumped a big load of wood chips right in the yard, which are going to be an absolute pain. But I think this will work. All I got to do is I come over here like this, and then I jump into here, and I go to start landscaping. And I need to landscape all the way over to here. And all I got to do is landscape that bit. It should, if I just have the, just have the brush strength thing. There. Just wipe it out like that. That's all you got to do. Is we just eliminate it like that, it's gone. Whoosh. And that's it. Nice and easy, that was. The only other thing I wanted to do with the landscaping was to try and smooth out that bit over there. I'm going to do that now, and then we'll worry about feeding the animals and stuff. So I need to go back into here. This is going to be a little bit more difficult. We've got to have a lot more finesse for doing this. So we will start over on this end, and we definitely want to take that smaller. Now, brush strength is as weak as it's going to get. I want to bring it up sort of that height. Now, I can't bring it over the top of this very easily. If I press the mouse button, it brings it up like that. So what I want to do is I want to bring it up level to the top like this. And then I want to use the mouse button, the middle mouse button like that, and just lower it down a little bit. It's just going to smooth the edges of this just a tiny bit like that, which I'm hoping will help a bit. There. Right, I don't know what that's going to be like. It looks like it might be alright. Let's try the same over this side. Bring that over to there. Raise you up a little bit. There. Raise that one up there. And then just start the whole smoothing process. Keep the smoothing bit going on here. And that's raised the whole yard up all the way round to put that bit into line. See, that's looking a lot better on this side than it is on the other side. We maybe want to do a little bit more over here. Bring that up. I think that was where I went wrong with it. I didn't have it out far enough on the smoothing bit. There. Down to there. Right. Let's see what that is like. We'll drive across it now. We'll see how bouncy and rough this is. Got a feeling. Right, it's a little bit rough going up there. Generally, that is considerably better than what it was, but there is a little bit more that we could do on there. Not this end. This end was actually alright. It was just back here. There's a bit sort of there that needs a little tiny bit more smoothing. I'm not going to have the AOE for the area of effect. I'm not going to make that any different. There, I'm just going to leave it like that. That's, I think, about as good as we're going to get, I think, looking at that. Right. That'll do. That'll do just fine. Now, you, next, I'm going to bring you down this way. I don't need this one again at the moment. We'll probably want that at some point, but I don't need it right now. Next on the agenda, we need to take this one. Ooh. First up, let's have a look here. Cleanliness 100%. Same with those, and same with those. So we're all nice and clean. Everything's looking good there. Water is fine. Water is fine. Straw is good. They don't have straw. Just need some total mixed ration in there, and a little bit of food. We could probably skip the night, actually, and then worry about food in the morning. I think we might do that. I'll take you over here. I've got nothing left in this one. I'm going to want that trailer on the back. I'm going to want to be using that one. But I don't want this one anymore. So I'm going to put that onto select the front one, and we will fold that one up like that. And then I will bring that one over here. Bring it round. We are going to be doing some more wood chip work, so we're going to be wanting to use this one again. So I'll lower it down like that and just unhitch it there. And then this trailer, I could actually bring this one out and I can back it. I was going to see if I could use this other trailer to do that. Although the other trailer, what I will eventually be using that one for mostly is for the hay. But no, I can still use it here. There, like that. I wanted to unhitch that one. And then grab that one. See if there is any way to actually use it to get the stuff under there. Because the problem is that the spout is too high for it. So I go back over this way, try and get that spout over the top of the trailer, and the trailer's too high for the spout, see? It's not gonna, it doesn't fit. So I can bring that over there, and I can sort of try and get that rammed up against it as much as I like, but it's not going to work. I can bring it over to here, and I can actually... Nope. Does not like that at all. It's not going to let me nudge that under, because it's got a collision on it, so I cannot use this Krone. Yes, I have just done a... Yeah, this trailer is what? 50 grand. They have just done about $10,000 worth of damage all down the side of the trailer, which is probably not the best thing to go and do. Yeah, but we'll pretend that it didn't happen. We'll pretend the $10,000 worth of damage has not occurred, and instead we will just go on back over to this one. I'll put this one loading, and then we can fast forward time, skip the night, and get on with our next bit. We'll have a feeding day tomorrow. So if I stop there, then I'm underneath the total mixed ration, right there, and I can just start that one. I'll leave that one loading right there. I'm not going to do anything else to it. We're going to run over to the house. I'm also going to start fast forwarding time like this, and then we're going to skip the night. And then in the morning, we'll have a decent amount of food that we've got to put in for the pigs, for all of them, the whole lot. Because you can do feeding every 2 days rather than just every day. And I do tend to do it every day because it gives you a little bit more leeway on it, but it is possible to do it every 2 days. Right, we get there and we'll do 16 hours of sleep. Hopefully that won't be too long lying in bed playing Farming Simulator. And instead what we'll be able to do is... lying in bed? Well, I suppose we could be lying in bed playing Farming Simulator. You can play it on tablet, can't you? We could have FS20 rather than FS19. You never know. Right. Let me just have a look and see how we're doing. Cows, total mixed ration. We've got 3,700 litres left. They're low. They're really low on everything. And those are 94%. Why is it 94%? I haven't run out of food. I think with seasons, you do actually lose percentage. Age 1.1. Next animal in 0.3 years. 0.2 years, there was one there. There we go, 0.2 years. So the pigs are getting ready to give birth. We've got 0.1 years for some calves. It's not going to be long now. We're soon going to be... calving is going to be upon us very soon. 1670 right there. I think we've probably left it late enough. Go to 11 o'clock like that, and we will slow time down. Right, great demand at the restaurant. What is the restaurant at? They're after canola. I've already fed all of it. Well, I haven't actually fed it, but I've gotten rid of it. Right, start the water off first. I will run round, and I will do the water. And while we run round and do the water, this gives us a chance to just have a look at the animals here. And they're lovely and clean. Like, that has worked beautifully for the cleanliness thing. Got no issues with that. And we'll do that one going right there. And then I will run over to the chickens. Get those going. We'll deal with the horses at the end. Pigs are already full. It's the cows that take the longest. Right, you look here. The 135,000 litres of water, and that's just over halfway. 200,000 litres of water in there. 7,600 here with our pigs, and that's all we need. Cows, have a look right the way down through. We're 194 cows. That one's not for... oh, wait, look. 89 pounds. I got 2 cows that are newborns. I've got milk. They've actually started calving. We've got 2 newborns right here. Awesome. Okay, I did not think that we would actually get there yet, but we have now, 0.0 years. We started calving, ladies and gentlemen. We have actually started calving. That means that we are now going to be able to start getting milk, which means that we need to get something to get the milk. We need to be able to deal with that. There's some water going in for them. The money is ticking away at a ridiculous rate. It is... well, that's about all we've got time for in today's episode, so we're going to go and take a little bit of a break. We need to chill out on the beach, relax, and build up some strength. So while we're doing that, if you've enjoyed the episode, then could you please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.